We were both a little excited and nervous about hopping into our beehives. This was the first inspection after using the Formic Pro on them, and we saw a lot of activity. Unfortunately, a lot of dead bees, kind of the first few days, but it picked back up and their activity has been seeming normal, and we just couldn't wait to get in there and check them out.
Ooh, wow, lots of propolis. It's sticking.
Look at the
Look
activity.
at that. Oh my.
That's exciting.
Look
at that.
That needs.
This needs an expansion.
This needs a super.
This is very exciting from where we were before the mite watch, or what do you call it?
Yeah. This is like night and day from where we were before. Population is booming. We got drawn out comb on like, dang.
From side to side?
Yeah. Full frames of bees there. All right, let's give them a little smoke. Okay. Full frame of honey on this side, half of it's capped. Look at that. Lots of pollen on the legs of one of these bees here. This is looking very promising, very good. Also, comb almost fully drawn out and being filled with lots of nectar.
We went ahead and did a full inspection of Green Hive, and we're really happy with what we saw. Lots of good laying pattern. Then we didn't see the queen, but we did see lots of eggs, so we were pretty happy with that. And we went ahead and removed the Formic Pro strips and did a mite wash, and it was 0 mites, which was really fantastic to see compared to the 10 that we had seen prior to the treatment. In fact, we even decided to add another super to Green Hive because it was doing so well and we were worried about it needing more space. And then we went ahead and jumped over to Yellow Hive, and the results from Yellow Hive were a little concerning. We did spot the queen quite early on. She was the original queen before we did the Formic Pro treatment. And the reason we knew that is a friend had helped us tag her. And so it was still the original queen that we received when we got the nukes, but her laying pattern was very erratic. She only had 1 frame that she was laying eggs on, and the rest of it was filled with honey and nectar. However, there were still a lot of empty frames, so we kind of just had a quick look around, and we didn't really do anything and decided to come back the following week and have a follow-up check and see if she had made any changes. So we came back a week later, and Yellow Hive is still giving us some concerns, but we did hop into Green Hive, looking beautiful. We did spot the queen, and she's laying in a very textbook fashion, you know, that football with the brood in the middle, the honey on the outside, and the capped honey in the very corners. So we're very optimistic about Green Hive. We did notice something strange about the super that we added last week. They haven't touched it. So we tried scraping off, you know, some of the matter off the bottom of another frame and kind of pressing that into the new frames to see if that will kind of encourage them to build out more comb on the new super. But otherwise, they were doing pretty well, and we kind of just left them alone. When we hopped into Yellow Hive, we saw the exact same things that we saw last week, which is very sporadic laying pattern. You know, she had like 1 frame that was fairly decent and filled with eggs, but all the other frames, you know, spotty patches of eggs and larvae here and there, and capped brood, and unusual kind of sporadic behavior. So we're not really sure if the Formic Pro treatment somehow damaged her. We've read that it is a possibility. So we decided to kind of give her another super at the end of this as a way to kind of encourage and give them more space, even though they have several empty frames that they haven't built out any comb. But maybe they just don't like those frames where they are, so we'll see if this kind of resolves that. If not, worst case, we'll have to go back and get ourselves a new queen. Obviously, we hope that's not the case, but, you know, these things happen. And I just want to point out, don't palm your frames the way I am, and you will see in a moment why.
Oh, it scared me.
Yeah, I got stung.